Hi everyone, this is Devanshu, and I was exploring TigerGraph today. It's a very modern, cool database tool where you can find and understand connections between two different things. So, by different things, I mean, let's say when you use social media like Insta or Twitter, you can see your friend's friend. And how is it possible? You can, like in recommendation system, you find your friend's friend. How is it possible? This is possible due to these graph databases. So, in this video, we will understand graph databases as well as TigerGraph. So how we can use TigerGraph to create these graph databases. So what is graph databases? So it's not like normal databases which we use like storing data in rows and columns. It's not like that. In this graph databases, we use and like we store data in like a dot like structure which we call as node. And to determine these nodes relationship, we use a line called edges. So in simple term, when we like, let's give it an example and understand it in a better way. So let's say this is a node, this is one node, and this line is edges. So this is one node, node 2, node 3. So let's say Rohan is friend of Sarah, Sarah is friend of Rohan, and Sarah is also friend of Sid. So Rohan and Sid can also be friend because there is a mutual friend called Sarah. So this graph databases make this recommendation system and like these kind of finding new friends very easy for everyone. So what are main things which we can do by Diagraph? We can find new friends, we can catch fraud in money transfers, we can make product suggestions, we can build company maps and a lot of other things. So let's set up this tiger graph and let's see like what all things we can do. Let's go to Docker. So we can like we should first install Docker here in this like our PC. So all you need is just a desktop, laptop, internet connection, and just 15-20 minutes, not more than that. So let's start with installing Docker. You can just go to this link. You can just go here. You can download from here and like whatever is your laptop's like preferences. Like for me it is silicon. I will just go with silicon. I will download it. Already I have it, so I won't download it. So this is how we can just download it. And once you have downloaded it, you can just start Docker on a desktop. And like once you're done, you can just copy this command and check like if your Docker is already installed or not. Let me check it for me. Yes, I have this Docker. It's 28.5.1 version. Let's start with like once you're done with Docker, you can just create your own image in Docker as well to start a TigerGraph. But I would suggest you to get an TigerGraph community. Like you can just go to this community page and you can get a TigerGraph Docker image already here. You can just download this, just fill this form, and you will be able to download it. So this makes a lot of things easy for you. And now let's get back to this. So once you install it, you will get a file in your system. Like just you will get a zip file. You just like extract it. You get a file. To run that file, you can just like maybe install this Scopio. It's a tool, so you can just like install Scopio, and then you can just run this command. Just change the path of your file here, and just go ahead. So once you're done with it, you're done all the things. Your Docker is already like your Docker as well as your uh, the diagraph is already installed and it's running now. And now let's get to setting up everything and prerequisites. So now we will just run this in our Docker. Let's copy this command from here and then just go to our terminal and paste it and just we'll wait for some time. And yes, it's working now. So what we need, we just have to copy this and let's open a new tab and paste it here. And now it's open. We will just go to Graph Studio. So these are five main. Like you can just choose Graph Studio, Graph Insights, Graph Shell plus Admin Portal and GraphQL. Let's go to Graph Studio first, and here we can create a graph. So we will be creating a graph. Let's name it. We will be creating a first social network schema and the whole graph. Let's name it Social Demo and create. You just wait for 2 minutes and then we can start working on it. So these are all the things we can just see here. We can create these kind of vertices. So we are in here. Let's click here. Let's name it person and give it attributes. Int name will be string. That's it. And even here, the primary ID will be ID and string. So that's it. That's all we will do here. For now, let's connect it. So these are edges. So you just have to go to this. Like before doing this, we just have to save it first. Let's wait for 1 minute, and then this will be done. So this is how we can just click on this button and we can create this edges. So these edges like determine the relationship between nodes. So for now we are using this one node which is person. So this edge will be determining the relationship between this node. So let's wait. Once it's done, we will create a edge called nose. So nose is in like person, nose, person. For that we will create a node, and then we will be able to like then the next step will be the loading data. So we will be doing like we have our data set here. So it's done. Now we will just create edges one, and we will click it twice. So this is the edge. Let's name it nose, person to person. That's it. That's all we have to do right here. So this knows determine the relationship between person. So person knows person. That's why we have done this. Let's save it, continue, and wait for some time, and then we will just go ahead with the second step, which is loading data. Let's wait for this. So now let's go to load data. This is a second tab here. Let's wait for this, and then we will. So it's to just click on this add data file. You can like connect it with your Snowflake, Azure, Google Cloud Storage, as well as Amazon S3. For now, we are building a very like a very basic graph. So for this, we will use like our local CSV. So you can get this CSV from here. The person CSV is this one, and knows CSV as this. These are both the CSVs. So let's go here. Let's import it. Done. Let's save it by doing data mapping. Once done, then now. So I've imported both these CSVs. Now I will just map them. So mapping is one of the important part here. You can check it out here. So how will we doing mapping? Let's we'll be clicking here. Just click on the CSV and this node. Now we get this person CSV and all the things. Now we have to connect it. So I've also already mentioned it here. Oh, we have to connect this ID with this primary ID, our user ID with vertex attributes, and our name as vertex attributes. So once it's done, just save it from here. Save data mapping. Let's wait for some time. Once it's done, we will go with mapping of nose CSV, and even you can check it out here. I've already mentioned what we have to connect with what, like from user ID to source vertex to user ID to target vertex. So it's done. Now we will go with mapping of nose.csv, and we will connect this nose.csv with this edges, not the node. We will connect it with our edges. So click it on it, click on nose, and then click on this edges. Now we are done. Now we will like as we discussed, from ID we will connect to person, to ID we will connect to target vertex. Now save data mapping again. Let's wait, and once it's done we will run this. So let's click here, just run it, continue. Let's wait. Once this one is done, we can also run this. Done. Now let's go to the second step, which is explore graph. We have done data mapping. Now we will go to explore graph. So now to check whether our data mapping is done or not, we will just go to load data, and if you see some numbers here, that means data has been loaded successfully. Let's wait. Yes, we can see some numbers. So this is our data, and so that means that data mapping is totally successful. Now let's go to explore graph, and now we will be exploring graph, like how this whole data is looking. We will look into this. Let's wait for this. 25. We will just click on this clipboard. We will be able to see something like this. So these are all the people which are there in the database. So how we will get this graphical image? So we just have to like click on everyone's profile, and let's wait. It is showing the connection between everyone. Just click on all the profiles and you will be able to see a graph like this. So it will show you the connection and like nodes between everyone. So these are all the nodes and it is showing edges, like connection between everyone. So like Devanshu knows Rohit, so it's connected now. Neha, we'll double click on it and now we will be able to see. Just click on all the nodes. So this data, like this graph database is totally different from the traditional database. It's much more kind of interactive, not so boring. So you can just play around with this data, and this is the whole data. So you can see who knows who. So let's see and visualize like who is the friends of friend. Let's start from Aman Verma. Double click on it. So Aman Verma only have one friend, and we can even like do all these kind of things from this write queries. We can write queries. We will do that as well. So for now, just uh, visualize it. So if you have to find friends of friend, so let's say Aman Verma just have one friend, which is Komal Kashyap, and Komal Kashyap have two friends, which is Swati Sharma and Devanshu. So how we can find this like this kind of friends of friend in a very easier way? Like we got this, we visualized it through this graph database. Now we will do one thing. We will just go to queries. We can even write queries and get this data. So for now, for Aman Verma, we have two friends of friends. Let's go here, write query for that. So we can write queries in two ways. Let's go to this explorer. We have already explored our this social network. Now let's go to this. So it is this easy to like have a look at your social network and find your friends of friends and friends of friends of friends, and a lot of you can do a lot of other things with this. So for now, as we are doing this with social network, and it is a very basic kind of real world example. There are a lot of big examples which we can build around it. So let's just copy to find friends of friends. So this is the so we can just write queries in two ways, which is one is like interpret and other is create. So we can let's go with interpret first. Let's create a query. Let's name it friends of friends. Now just create it. Let's wait for some time. So there are two queries, which is like one is interpret, and we can even create query, install it, and run it. So this will be saved in your system. Like whenever you want, you can run this query. For interpret, like it's just like if you want to test some query, you can just come here and just test some query. Let's go with interpret first. Let's wait. So now it's done. We will just do a simple thing. We will just paste our query here. So this query is to find friends of friends. So as we let's first name. So here you have to write the graph name. So for us it is social demo. That's it. Now let's look for Aman Verma here as well. Aman Verma. Now let's first save this query, and when it's done, we will just run this query, and it's done. Now let's run this query. Let's see the output. We discussed there that Aman Verma has two friends of friends. So like Aman Verma had one friend which is Komal. Komal had friends, two friends which is Devanshu and Swati. So this is how we can find friends of friends. So this is why these graph databases are very efficient while we look after like friends of friends, friends of friends of friends, and like our recommendation systems. So this is just a very basic example for now. Let's do one thing. Let's find friends of friends of friends. For now it's just two hops. Let's go with three hops. Let's copy this one. Let's run it in the same. Let's just name this, change this to social demo. This is important, otherwise this query will fail. And now let's save it and wait. Now let's run it. So all the friends of Devanshu as well as Swati will be mentioned here. And we will even verify it from the explore graph. So these are all these friends. So we checked it for Devanshu. We can even check it for Aman Verma. If you want to go like more deeper into it, you can just add one more chain like this. Saved. Now let's run it. We will see. So here it is. These are Komal Kashyap, Mayank Yadav, Swati Sharma, Rohit Sharma, Devansh Saxena, and we will just verify it from here. Let's make it 25. Always Aman Verma. Just double click on it. So Aman Verma just has one friend. So friends of Aman Verma is Aman Verma has one friend Komal Kashyap. Friend of Aman Verma is Devanshu and Swati, which we saw. Now we will see friends of friends. So this was the response we got. So we got the same response from the queries as well as graph. Now we will even like we can even create a query and install it. So you can just be here. You can create any query and just install it. So these are create queries. You can just create this query even here. So you can just this is friends of friend query. You can just create this query. You can even just go to GSQL shell. Also just select the social demo from here. Now we will just write our query here and we will run this. We will have to name it. Now we will just run it. So it's successfully created. You can even see it here. You will be able to see it. Let's open this page and you will be able to see it here. Yeah, we got it. So we just have to just like you can use this command install query and then run query, and then you will be able to find friends of friend through this query as well, and this query will be saved here in your GUI. So that's all from like the example side. Let's get into debugging. So like you can even create a lot of things around it. Let's like we have just uh, created a very basic example which was around finding friends of friends, like how these recommendation system works in our like all the social medias. So now let's go to this page and see all other use cases which we can build. So you can even catch fraud in money transfers, make product suggestions, build company maps, and a lot other things. This is a very huge space. You can like create a lot of things here. Now let's see debugging and validating. So while running your queries, the main like thing which you have to like always take care of, which is this. So I always have to check that the name here is same as the graph here. So it's always have to be same. Plus the function which you have created should be same. So this should not be the error. If it's the error, the query will fail. And also like validate your CSV. It is important as well. So that's all. Even so, yeah, that's all from my side. Would really love to see you guys build something cool around it, because like graph database is not like as boring as like traditional databases. It's really cool. Just try out Tiger Graph and you will see a lot of things. You will be able to build a lot of things, and it's really easy to build around it. So that's all. Thanks a lot. Thank you.